I want to help um, inspire, but so we can break these chains in our families that have existed. Some of us have been lucky enough to be able to break those chains through our children and through their children. Like the chains have been broken for the next generation. But some of us are still in a place where we need to put in that work so our families can be healthy, so our relationships can be healthy with each other, husband and wives, father, daughter. Like, we don't want to be arguing. I don't want to be arguing with my dad about something that he did a long time ago, that he didn't tell me about. I don't want to do that. That's not right. That's not good for our relationship right now. Everything has its proper time, but we have to be able to communicate. We can't ignore each other. We can't sit there and be quiet and not talk to each other, because that just makes things worse. If we want to understand answers, if we want to understand why things were they were, we need to be able to communicate. We need to be able to ask those questions. And if my child asks me about a, a particular subject or issue, I need to be honest and say, yes, this is why it happened, and we need to have a proper conversation. We need to be able to apologize to each other. We can't hold grudges. We can't not talk to each other for weeks on end. That doesn't do anything. We need to be able to accept each other's apologies. And not only in our families, but first and foremost in our families, but also in our friends, in our groups. If we have an argument with our buddies, we should be able to come back the next day and, apologize and say, and it's all, we should be able to do that, because we can't we can't end relationships. We can't break relationships over petty stuff like an argument or whatever. Even in our families, especially in our families, over petty things. Something that happened a long time ago. Something somebody said, you got cursed at, whatever. There's things. As long as, like, look, hitting each other, punching each other, that stuff doesn't ride, and we do not condone or accept, and we shouldn't accept that sort of behavior from each other. We get angry at each other for some of the most simple things, and we can't do that. We need to be able to break that, because that is one of the things that hurts our families the most. And I say our family, really everyone across the board. I was going to say Latinos, but you know what? Everyone across the board. We're all the same, because it is what's inside of us. If I'm mad and angry and stuff, I'm not gonna forgive my wife because she told me something. I'm not gonna forgive my dad because we need to break away from that. We need to get away from that, because it only holds us back. And what we want to do is actually progress. I used to be a drug addict. I am not anymore. Things are good, looking good now, because I made the choices to change my life. We can all do that. And if we all do that, the more of us that do that, the quicker, maybe not quicker, but the sooner our neighborhoods and our communities will start changing, because there's more of us who are getting our lives in order. And those of you who have managed to get out of the neighborhoods, who have managed to mend your families, who are in good places now, good. God bless you. Good for you. Then we focus on the other stuff, the internal stuff inside of ourselves and within our families. Let's continue to communicate. Let's forgive each other. Let's ask for forgiveness when we are wrong. Let's accept when we are wrong. We got to be able to do that too. All these different things is what's going to help change, you know, our neighborhoods, our families. That's what's going to help mend all of this. That's what's going to help rebuild our communities again. After so many years of neglect from ourselves. Everybody's always looking to blame. Oh, the government neglects us, the city neglects this neighborhood, the state of Texas neglects. We neglect ourselves. We neglect our families. We do. And we need to stop that. Let's break those chains. That's what it's all about. This is Thesis.